So welcome back to day 2 of competition here at the Singapore Open. Well, that's what's happened so far. A big surprise with the very much in form Jonathan Christie losing in 2 straight games to Cho Tien-chen. So next up, it should have been Akane Yamaguchi against Ratchanok Incheon. Unfortunately, Ratchanok is injured and can't participate. So we continue now with a second men's singles back-to-back, and it is to former World Championship silver medalists and 2 beaten finalists here at the Singapore Open. It's Kidambi Srikanth of India up against Kodai Naraoka of Japan. Well, this is from the 4th quarter of the draw, and the only 2 players in this quarter who have reached the final of this particular tournament previously are the 2 players we are about to watch. So here comes Kidambi Srikanth, who reached the final here in 2017, lost out to his teammate, now retired teammate, Sai Praneeth. Kodai Naraoka was beaten finalist a year ago, losing out to Anthony Sinisuka Ginting. So for this man, it is his 3rd consecutive appearance at the Singapore Open. Not only the final last year, but he was a semi-finalist last year. He was beaten finalist 2 years ago. Just trying to sort out the technical issues in our commentary position at the moment. Well, as you saw, this will be a 4th meeting between these 2 players, and all 3 previous encounters have been won by the Japanese player Kodai Naraoka. So 2 previous appearances here, 2 at least semi-finals. He must like playing in these difficult windy conditions. But this is Kidambi Srikanth, who is 31 years of age now, from Ravulapalam in Andhra Pradesh state. And he went down 1 place on the world ranking published yesterday to 27. But he did spend 1 precious week as world #1 from the 12th of April back in 2018. So to his opponents, and this is Kodai Naraoka, who turned 23, will turn 23 next month, from Aomori in North Honshu. Been as high as 2 on the world ranking. That was for 5 weeks from the middle of December last year. They're currently number 5 though. Well, both of these players have been without a title for over a year. Just Chan, umpire for this, Kodai Naraoka, last year won his very first World Tour title. That was the China Masters 750 events. As we look at our service judge from Malaysia. And won his first World Tour title in his 5th World Tour tournament final. And that's finally getting the tournament win. So the knee support on the right knee of Kidambi Srikanth. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that Steve Pedersen is sitting alongside me for the next 5 matches. And it's really quite intriguing, isn't it, when you say that there's two players who've both been in the final of the Singapore Open, both been silver medalists at World Championships. It should make for a good match.
It should. It should. Let's hope we get it.
And of course, this man was in the World Championship final last year in Copenhagen, where he lost out to Kunlu Wiedersan. And it was at the World Championships in Huelva, where Kidambi reached the final, losing out to Lo Ken Yu. I think it's fair comment, but I'd like your opinion on it too, to say both of these players have not been in the best of their form in recent tournaments.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair comment. Especially struggling. That's one of the interesting things to see here, where he is in terms of physical ability.
Well, he was ill, wasn't he, during the Thomas Cup? Naraoka, he played one match against Germany, against Kai Schäfer, and then wasn't selected again.
Yeah.
That certainly didn't help Japan's chances in the event in Chengdu. No, that's fast forward. Kidambi. Well, I know it's very early stages, but it looks to me as if Naraoka is trying to be a little more proactive. I felt in recent matches, Steen, that he was just so determined and content to rally and retrieve shuttles, and I didn't feel that was really suiting him all that well.
No, and I think here it's necessary for him to try and get more initiative. There's a lot of drift in the Singapore indoor stadium, and Kodai Naraoka, he chose to play with the drift in the first game. He won the coin toss, so I think that's probably why we see him try and put a little bit more pressure on Srikanth, combined with the fact that you really don't want to let Srikanth attack you. Brilliant attacking game has the Indian.
Points. Oof. It really did bounce off the top of the tape. Make that 5 straight points. I have to say, Steve, one of the first times I really saw Naraoka up close was here at this event 2 years ago when he reached the final And in the second round, he beat Jonathan Christie. And I watched that match, and I got so impressed with the speed of movement of Naraoka. But I thought at the World Championships last year when he reached the final, I've thought in other tournaments, he really hasn't used that speed. He's been so content to defend.
Yeah, he's used it to be able to play a strong defense, but not as we see it in that rally to take the initiative and follow up. It's one of the interesting things, in my opinion, that we know there's some players that are really quick on their feet and got a good footwork and are speedy, but between them, I think it's important to distinguish as well whether they are speedier in the attacking game or in the defensive game. It's more or less equal, but you have some players that I feel are very speedy attacking, but not that speedy in the defense.
Such as
Anthony Ginting, I think he's much faster in the attacking game than he is in his defensive game.
That's a wasted challenge, isn't it? Oh, Lord. Net shot.
I think there's a little bit sideways drift the way Naraoka hit that shot from right to left.
Change his racket. Naraoka. Missed it.
It's over. 5-10.
That net shot must have been extremely tight. Choice of shot from Kidambi, playing the flattish push down the forehand side of Naraoka. Look, he's ready and waiting for it. And he goes to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage.
と自分のスタミナを奪われちゃう。結構やってない。こう慌ててる感じ。フォアステップパスをしながら、でフォア前ちょっと詰めていきます。
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds.
So the players return to court.
11-6.
Gopichand's
Play.
the head coach talking to Srikanth Kidambi. And I think that's Kashyap. Or is that Guru Saidat?
I think it was Guru Saidut.
Yeah,
RMB, Guru Saidut.
it's just wide. Now, the last time this man, the only time he's been in the final of the Singapore Open, as I was telling you, 7 years ago when he
Please
lost the
welcome
Cyprus.
technical
That was
officials
the
on
first
court
and only
3.
time that there was an all-Indian men's singles final in the era of the Super Series. Never happened in the World Tour, but because the World Tour we have an equivalent to a Grand Prix Gold, we ought to look at Grand Prix Golds as well for the last time that there was an all-Indian men's singles final. So I've given away that it's a Grand Prix Gold, and if it's been since the Singapore Open, it also had to be in 2017 because the World Tour started in 2018.
Side mode, perhaps.
No.
I declare brain freeze then.
Okay, it was the US Open.
Oh, wow.
Grand Prix Gold. Pranoy beat Kashyap Pali.
India. Umpire Daniel Wu, Austria. Service judge, Singapore.
Net shot from
It's
Srikanth.
over. 8-14.
I don't recall him wearing that knee brace on his right knee.
No, I made mention of him putting it on right at the start of the match because I don't think he usually wears it.
No. Oh, it's a beauty.
A lovely shot.
9-14.
Good use of the slice.
Very good intensity
Let's welcome
in
the
this
technical
match.
officials on court 2.
I've seen a couple of matches so far in this tournament where I had expected fairly even matches where it has been a little bit one-sided, more than I would have expected, but here the intensity has been there from love all.
Oh, good body smash. Even better defence. Oh, well wide.
So it's over. 15-9.
Let's welcome the players. Women's doubles. Xu Yinghui and Lin Zhiyun, Chinese Taipei. Versus Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida, Japan.
The tight spinning net shot from this mat was simply too good and made it impossible for Naraoka to get the lift to the back of the court. Look where Srikanth's feet are when he landed there, nowhere near even the double service line. That's an indication of just how short it was.
Great play. He's searching much more for the initiative, Srikanth, here after the interval. Normally you would think of the side that he's playing as the good side when he's playing up against the drift, but I'm just not sure that's the case here, because the drift is so severe that if you're a little bit late, then it's hard to get the correct length on your shots. You simply play too short, and the opponent's attack, in this case Naraoka, is getting extra bite. So we're going to see, I suspect, a lot of attacking badminton in this week here.
That's possibly why I enjoyed playing here.
Yes. The court feels a little bit shorter as well.
Steady steam. You just be careful, young man.
Oh, you look at the sideways drift.
Yeah.
Good control by Naraoka.
That's a beauty, isn't it? Finishing the rally.
But also super short. Look at the backhand shot here from Srikanth. Oh, actually not as short. I thought. Not at all short.
Yeah, quite clearly. Guru side that on the left and Gopi Chand on the right. I think there was a net call from the backhand from Naraoka, because that net shot from Kidambi, that didn't get deflected. Well, we didn't see it.
There it is.
Here it comes. Oh,
Yep.
yes. Yep, that was the little deflection. That's why his net shot was so loose. Is he trying to force it too much, do you think, Steve?
Yeah, and here in this shot, I don't think he really committed to finishing it. He was almost already on his way to the next shot. But, I mean, he was he 11-4 behind at the interval?
11-6.
11-6. Okay, so he's actually not gained anything. On the contrary, he's lost a little bit. Good answer from Naraoka. Because I felt that Srikanth, after the interval, was much more proactive and positive. But in drifty conditions, speed of movement is just a huge advantage. You can say Srikanth's excellent skills in windy conditions is much more due to his technical skills than his speed of movement.
Not that he's sluggish, is
No.
he? Only 19-13 down, can afford an error on the return of serve and gift 7 game point opportunities.
Short.
First game point well saved by this man. Oh, what a return of serve. That's amazing. Gets the night called on the return of serve and closes out the opening game. 21-14. Opening game lasting just about 20 minutes. Well, from my point of view, it was very nice to see this man, Naraoka, being so proactive in the opening game. And got his just rewards.
పడకుండా చూసుకోకుండా పడ్డప్పుడు అదే పడక ముందు వరకు నొప్పి లేదు పడిన తర్వాత బాగానే ఉంది
Well, the players back on the court. To the screen, I have to say that Kidambi Srikanth, talking to his coaches in that 2-minute interval, it didn't look particularly positive to me.
It didn't look like he really believed in it.
No. I know that he didn't play in the tournaments over the last 2 weeks, the Thailand Open and the Malaysia Masters. We've already noticed that he's got support on his right knee. I wonder if he's been struggling with an injury, and therefore this is for a first tournament since the Thomas Cup. And interestingly, in the Thomas Cup quarter-final, he wasn't actually selected, was he, against the now champions, China. This man, on the other hand, Naraoka, he played 2 weeks ago in the Thailand Open, reached the quarter-final, losing out to Chotian Chen, who we saw in our previous match.
good pace. Kodai Naraoka, ideally, he should not really change his approach and still be very proactive and look for the attacking possibilities.
But that's one of the issues, isn't it?
1, 2.
And one of the traps that some players fall into is that when they play the far side of the court, they play up against the drift, so you think that you can actually lift. But first of all, the shuttle speed here seems to be like so that it's difficult to get the right length on it. And you also leave the initiative for your opponent, who wants the initiative on the near side of the court here. So you should basically play attacking on both sides of the court, which is quite demanding if you're not used to it. I think we might see Srikanth try and go a little bit extra for the top of the tape, a little bit extra for the lines in order to get back in this match. Well, you look at the sideways drift.
5, 1.
You know, I even thought in the mid-game interval as if Kidambi was discussing whether he was going to withdraw.
Yeah.
And they've called for the medical team. Carsten Koch, the tournament referee from Germany, in attendance, the man in the red shirt. Of course, Kidambi has not qualified for the Paris Olympics.
No.
He was a quarter-finalist in Rio.
5, 1.
This is one of the situations where I feel he should be extremely careful. I mean, cooling down the knee. What kind of injury can it be that can be helped by cooling the knee down?
Yeah.
I feel that's risky business. He hasn't fallen and hit his knee, bruised it or anything. So, well, let's see.
Service over. 6, 3. Six, 3.
That he just looked slightly off, but the pace. Kidambi.
Yeah. Long.
hitting with the drift. And you've already given an explanation as to what players should do to counteract that. And that's play an attacking game. Oh dear.
Wow, started way up.
Yeah.
That's a beauty. The attack from Kodai Naraoka. Look at the flick of the racket.
Yeah, it's almost a rebound action to play that smash, isn't it?
And that's super efficient in windy conditions.
So to the mid-game interval, a game up and 8 points up in the second. 11-3 the advantage to Kodai Naraoka.
I think he's withdrawn.
I think you're right. Well, Naraoka turns to his coach as if to indicate that he's withdrawing. Carsten Koch is coming on to court. Steen, do you have to have the tournament referee approve the withdrawal?
I think actually, according to the rules, you have. But I mean,
yeah.
Why would you not approve? But just to confirm it.
Yeah. Well, that's sad. Kidambi Srikanth struggling with an injury, quite obviously. And again, and 11-3 down, decided that he had had enough. So the beaten finalist from 2 years ago, Kodai Naraoka, safely through to the second round. 21-14 and 11-3 up in the second. So a match officially lasting 31 minutes. Sad for Kidambi Srikanth. But this man was looking good, has to be said. How nice to see him playing a proactive, attacking style of badminton. So, safely through to round two, and once again confirmation of that scoreline. 21-14, 11-3 in the second, when Kidambi decided to call it a day.